Welcome everyone, my name is Fleur and today we're going to do an hour of Pilates. We're going to use something like a weight. So if you have a little weight, not more than maybe half a kilo, or you can also use a can of beans. I'm using a weighted Pilates ball, but can of beans is good, or maybe a water bottle. And then a wall space where I'm using my cupboard, where you basically can have two hands against the wall. Maybe your door can work, or just the wall. Okay, so we're going to start without the weight for a moment. And I've got some friends practicing with me, so I'm going to address them throughout the class. Here we go. Bring your feet hip width apart. Make them nice and grounded through the feet. Have the knees slightly bent so that you're not locking the knees. Good. And let's just start with our shoulders. So from here, just lift the shoulders up towards your ears. And then squeeze them back. And roll them all the way down. Try to draw them towards the hips. And then draw them forward. And again, lift them up to your ears. Roll them all the way back. And then squeeze them down. So nice and slowly to start with. Bring the shoulders forward. Two more. Lift the shoulders up. And all the way back. So really consciously rolling through the body. That's tough. Bring the shoulders forward. And again, lift them up. All the way back. As if we're lifting them over something. Pull them gently down. And then forward. And let's come and go the other way. Bring the shoulders back. Without arching your back. Lift them up to your ears. Bring the shoulders forward. And then down. And again, roll them back. Lift them all the way up. Bring them forward. And then down. Two more. Roll them back. Lift them up. Forward. And down. Last one. Roll them back. And up. And forward. And down. Let's go into opposite direction. Lift one shoulder up. And then other side. Lift the other shoulder up. And bring it down. And lift the shoulder up. One to shoulder. And lower it down. And then lift the other shoulder up. And then come to neutral. Now try to bring one shoulder forward, the other back. Roll one shoulder up, the other down. And then as if you're rowing, the opposite shoulder comes up to the ears and down. That's a rosy. Good. So it's a bit like one shoulder rolls back and then the other shoulder rolls back. So do it nice and slowly. So we're massaging through the shoulders. Good. And rolling the other shoulder forward as the other goes down. So there's a little movement in the upper body. That's it. And then change direction. We're now rolling forward with one shoulder. And then the other shoulder goes back. And then the other shoulder comes forward and the other goes back. And just do a few more. Looks like some interesting dance routine. So, rolling. And rolling. Good. And last one. So now our shoulders feel nice and open. And last bit. We're just going to roll the shoulders back so the shoulder blades come together and then come back to center and just form or roll them back, squeeze them together and back to center and squeeze the shoulders back and to center and squeeze the shoulders back and to center. Good. Bring the fingers facing towards the floor, fingertips to the floor, and then take a breath in, reach the arms all the way out to the side and lift the arms high up. Try not to lift the shoulders to your ears. Keep the ribs engaged. Activate your abdominal muscles. And then bring the arms back down. Let's do it again. Arms reach out to the side. Nice and wide. Lifting the arms up to the ears. Elevating through your shoulder blades. And bring the arms back down. Now breathing in to prepare. Exhale. Reach your arms up so that you're feeling the energy go down. And inhaling, bring the arms down to the floor. Towards the floor, to the hips. Breathing out, reaching the arms up, and then again, bring the arms down on your inhale. One more, reach the arms up on your exhale. Let's take an inhale here, reach the arms nice and high, and exhale now down. So reversing the breath, just 3 times more. Inhaling, arms up, and exhaling, arms down. Last 2, inhaling, arms up, and exhaling, arms down. Last one, inhaling, arms up, and exhaling, arms down. Good, let's start with little circles through your arms. Bend your knees slightly so the knees are in line with the middle of your feet. And we're just going to start reaching the arms up, inhaling and exhaling. Bend your knees and extend your shoulders backwards with the palms facing up. Inhaling, reaching your arms up, palms face forward, and exhale, reaching the arms back. 3 more. Inhale, pressing into the feet, lift your arms up, try to touch the tailbone slightly, and exhale, pushing the arms back. Last 2, inhaling up, try to lift yourself nice and long, exhaling down, and last one, inhaling, arms up, and exhaling down, and then stay here with the arms back, and just do little pulses with your arms back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Good. Roll the shoulders, standing back up. And let's take our ball or our can. So I'm just going to call it the weight because I'm getting confused otherwise. Place your weight into your left hand. I have it in my right, but I realise that we always start with the right. So, and you see me as the left, so I'm just going to put it in my right hand and say it's your left. Hopefully I remember this. So, again, try not to lock your knees, so having nice and grounded feeling through your feet. I'm going to take a breath in to prepare. Try and balance your crown of the head right over your hips and over your feet. And then lift your arms in the height of your shoulders. If you're feeling comfortable, you can lift a little higher. And then slowly bring the arms back down. If you can, keep the arms straight. And again, lifting the arms slowly up. Try to keep them at the same speed. So usually one wants to go a little faster, maybe the one with the weight, so it's over quicker, but it won't happen. And then extending the arms back. And again, let's move the arms slowly. Breathing out now to lift up and inhaling to bring them down. And lifting up. Breathing out and inhaling to come down. Go. Last one. Breathing out. Feel that the weight goes a little bit into your heels when you lift up. Keep the abdominal muscles engaged. Let's change over the hands. The weight into your right hand, and then keep going 5 times or 6. Try to control the movement so that the weighted hand doesn't go down faster or up faster, quicker. Good. And down, nice and controlled. 3 more. And down. And 2. And down. Last one. 1. Good. And then bring the hands down. Change hands again. Back into your left. And from here we're going to lift the arms out to the side. Breathing out. Inhaling, bring the hands down. Notice that the hand with the weight wants to come down quicker, so you have to control it. Exhaling, arms reach out. Keep the shoulders nice and down away from the ears and bring them back down. 2. And for 3. Try to pull in through the navel, ribs soften down and back down. 3. And down. And 4. And down. And 5. Down. Last one. And 6. Good. And bring them slowly down. Let's change direction. Notice what happens when you shift it now in the core 6 times. Exhaling, lifting up 1. Don't lift too high, so just in height of your shoulders. And 2. That's it. And back down. So really feel this pulls together when I lift the arm up. 3. And down. And 4. And down. And 2 more, nice and smoothly. 5. And down, good, Ruth, that's it. And 6. Lovely. And then slowly bring the hands back down, good. From here, just moving the weight to the side or on the floor. Not using it at the moment. And we're going to start with just moving a little bit into our legs. So from here, hands onto your hips. Oh, we're going to start sideways, sorry. We're going to start sideways, apologies. So, hands onto your hips, first of all, and just shifting the weight into one leg. And so you can just lift the heel a little bit of one foot, noticing that difference, shifting the weight. Try to keep nice and long so you're not sort of collapsing into the hips. Hips stay sturdy. Good. You can just stay with lifting the heels, noticing that shift of balance. And then if you're ready, you can see if you can lift up one leg and place it back down just underneath your hips and lift up the other leg and shift it so someone sort of has sort of you twist to the side, so really engaging the core muscles. You just press down into your foot. You're just like a pendulum. Good. You can continue if you're feeling wobbly with just lifting the heels, or if you want a little bit more now, start to move your arms out to the side. Good, and then continue the movement up through the arms, so you're challenging your balance. And the arms are not in any way related to the legs, so as if you are in slow motions, hopping from leg to the other and waving at someone. So because we are not even, you're challenging the balance and the core. Good. Keep the movement going, well done. Arms go up and go down, but they're not in any relation to what your legs are doing. That's it, good. And if you want a little extra challenge, nice and slow, you can close your eyes and see what happens. But please only do that if you have no objects around you that might, be of hazardous experience. So we now look like some strange cult. Like, oh. So that's what it is, just going into the body, feeling a little bit into the balance, and keeping the control of the core. Okay, good. And then from here, bring the hands back down, shake out the legs a little bit, and we're going to come just one more time into the balance. So place your weight into your right foot, and place the left leg out to the side, pressing down to the leg, and just see if you can lift up the leg just for a moment, and then lower. Lift it and lower. Lift it for 3 and lower. For 4 and lower. You can hold onto a chair if you like. 5. Make sure you're feeling supported. 6. Good. And then bending your knees, and let's come to the other side. So working into the sides. Here we go. Belly in for 6 and lower. For 5 and lower. For 3 and lower. For 4, chest is nice and open, lower. For 3, low, smally today. 2, that's it, Rosie. And 1, good. And then bend your knees again. And let's try a little, it's called a Hampelmann in German. So it's like a Hampelmann. You're from here, from one side, and then you bend your knees. And then you come to the other side. Arms are reaching out to the side, other balance. And straighten the leg. Good, and bend. And if you want a little bit more momentum, you can do a little bend with the arms and lift and fly for a moment, and then bring the foot down and shake the arms and hold it for a moment. And a little shake of the arms, and again pressing into the foot that's on the floor, and bend the elbows and lift. You'll feel that little bit of momentum, so you want to try and hold it for a moment as if you are an ice skater, or they have amazing balance. Okay, last 2. Lift, and last 1, lift, well done, and then come back down, release the arms, and let's go into the glutes. So we're going to turn sideways if you like. I'm just going to show you the movement. So very similar, we're going to step forward with the right leg, left leg is back, good, and hands onto your hips. Again, you can hold onto a chair or maybe a wall, and then from here, pointing the back toes, and then start to lift the back leg up a little bit and lower. Draw the belly in, lift and lower. For 3 and lower, keeping that leg nice and active. 4 and lower, and 5 and lower, and 6 and lower. And then step the foot back and just do a little pendulum here. So moving backwards and forwards as if you're just taking a step. Legs stay maybe straight, but just a mini bend and just backwards and forwards. Good. Backwards and forwards, so you've been pendulum backwards and forward. And now we're going to do the same thing with the arms. So releasing the arms. If it's too wobbly, you can just keep the hands on your hips. And again, arms are reaching forward and then up. And then they're going to come slowly down. It's a little bit easier than the sideway one, but again, you have to transfer the weight. Arms up. You can do it slower. Reaching the leg back. Arms come back up. Good. And again, the legs are no relation to the arms, so they might move a little bit slower than the feet. Good. And then the last one, step forward with your right foot and reach your arms alongside of your ears and point your back toes and see if you can hold it here a little bit, reaching through the fingertips and reaching your back leg back, activating your leg. Good. Keep the shoulders not too high so they're not reaching up towards your ears. Good. And then from here, reach your arms out to the side and bend your back knee. Arms forward and then bend your back knee. If this is too much, do it maybe just with your left hand. Do it sideways so you can see. So just with your left arm. If you want to hold on to something, just 3 more. Arms up. Exhaling, kicking your butt. 2 more. And last one. Arms up. Good, well done. And then bring the knee back into the chest maybe and give it a little shake. And shake up the other leg. And then from here, bring your right leg back. Hands onto your hips and again activate your core muscles. Draw your tailbone slightly down so you're not arching into your back. And here from here, little lifts of the back leg for 6. And for 5, you can feel your glutes engage. For 4, leg goes straight back. For 3, and for 2, and for 1. Good, and stepping that back foot back, and starting to come forward and backwards with your feet. Once you've got this pendulum ready, and feel stable, forward and back, you can move your arms again. That's it, Ruth. That's it. Good, Ruth. Good. That's it. And again, feeling that shift. Oops, that's me doing 2 things at once. Looking at the screen and also trying to balance. Good. So it does challenge the balance. Challenge the balance. Good. I forgot to add that, again, you can close your eyes, so I didn't do it on the first side, but it becomes extra hard then if you close your eyes. Whoa, might make you fall to the side, so again, be just a bit careful. Okay, and then from here, reaching your arms up, step onto your left leg, and lengthen through your fingertips, lifting that right leg behind you. Nice little nearly an arabesque. An arabesque is like this. Okay. And then from here, kicking your butt with your heel and arms reach up. And again, kicking the butt. If it's too much with the arms, just do the leg. And straighten. And 3. Just kick it, Ruth. Just kick the foot. You don't have to catch the foot. Just kick the foot back. Like this. That's it. And 2. That's it. Well done. And 1. And reaching the arms back up, and then stepping back or bringing the knee into your chest. Well done. And then shaking the legs out. Let's use the wall. So from here, just turn sideways towards the wall so that you have the hand in height of your shoulders. I want to do it here because then you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is my wall. This is not a sturdy wall, so I can't do it very well at the moment. So it's basically like a side lift through the arm. Hand is in height of your shoulder, fingers are pointing up. Bring the hand a little down, Ruth, just a little. Not too low, just so it's in height of your shoulder. So it's not too high, just about like here. You were like up here. Okay, and then from here, we're just gonna place one hand onto your hip line and feel the muscles as you lean towards the wall. And then exhale, pushing yourself away from the wall. Do that 6 times, and then we're going to change over the other side. Good. Don't go too far to the wall, so just where you feel you can hold it. Rosie, are you good? So you're leaning towards the wall and then you're pushing away. Leaning against the wall and pushing away. Let me just hear what you're saying. I'll mute you. What's up, Rosie? Can't hear you. Unmute yourself. What happened to your sound? Oh, you can pin me. If you pin my video, pin it. So if you touch my screen, and then I think there will be a little thing saying pin the video. Yeah? Oh, brilliant. Good, good. No worries at all. Good, good. So I'll mute you all again. Is everyone okay? Good, good. All right, so continue. If you've done one side, let's do the other side. So placing your hand again on the other hand, and then again, waistline on, now I have to unpin you on. Waistline, holding the waistline with your hand. Maybe, oh, that's better, there. And then leaning against the wall again, so you're sideways, and pushing the wall away. So you can notice here the muscles engaging, good. Notice that sometimes the shoulder wants to come up towards you, so keep it nice and down. Just drawing the elbow down towards the floor. Oops, what is it here? Good. Lovely. And once you've done 6 that side, oh yeah. So you can do this anywhere. You can be like somewhere waiting and you can just do a little, I'm just going to do a little work for my arm and my waist. Okay, now we're going to turn towards the wall. I just show you this way. And we're going to do, first of all, just slightly bending the elbows, so not too much. And I want you to imagine my feet are hip widths apart, so feet are hip widths apart. And you're just going to slightly press into the right hand. So just feeling the shift of weight and then returning. And then imagine you're pressing into the left hand and returning. So you're just shifting, leaning forward and pressing a little bit into the right hand as if you want to lift your left hand off the wall, and then you're returning back. And again, press a little bit into your left hand. Imagine you want to take off the right hand off the floor, off the wall. Apologies. Good. And remember, it's not about how much you bend your elbows. It's really feeling the abdominal muscles engage as you try to keep the torso steady towards the wall. Looking good. Do it with you. I'll do it here. Can you do it here? Ish. If I fall over, you know why. Yes. I'm doing it against a not stable wall. For show effect. Good. And then bend the elbows slightly and see if you can lift off your left hand just for a moment and place it back down, and then lift up your right hand and hold it, that's it, and press it back down and keep shifting like this. Left hand lift off the wall and press it back down. Make sure that you're not pushing your hips towards the wall. You want to just keep everything nice and engaged, just leaning with the weight into your hands. Good, Rosie. That's it. Wonderful. And well done. And then from here, turn again towards me. So you see the next thing we're going to do? We're just going to have a little stretch out. So we're going to place the hands against the wall and you're going to move your hips back, press the wall forward so that you can feel the length from your shoulders to your hips. So you're like in a downward dog, but pushing the hands into the wall, looking down, and keeping your core engaged. So again, you're not pulling the shoulders up. Good. And just push a little bit into the wall with your body. Try to get the heels towards the floor. Good. And stretch out the back. Good. And to do a little hamstring stretch. Step your right foot forward, lift up your chest, so you're in a warrior position or lunge position against the wall, and then again pressing into the wall so you feel the stretch in the back of your hamstring. Keep the chest nice and open and push gently with your hands forward. So you have the chest lifted and you have no arch in the back because you're lowering your tailbone towards the floor as your front knee bends. That's it. And then changing over to the other side. So right foot or left foot forward. And then again, same thing, just a little stretch for the hamstring before we move on to the floor. Pushing the floor away, keep the shoulders rolled down, nice and open chest. Good. No arching in the back, so tucking. And then release. Well done. And then shaking out the legs. Good, I hope you're nice and warm. So now we're going to come to the floor to get ourselves a little bit warm. I'm going to just change my camera. There we go. So we're going to roll down from here, coming to the end of your mat or your space. If you don't like roll downs, you can always just go halfway and then do a cat and a cow curl and rolling yourself back up, rolling the shoulders back, and then doing that 3 times. Otherwise, we're going 3 times into a roll down. Feet are hip width apart, breathing in. On your exhale, start to draw your chin to the chest. Slowly let the head fall forwards or roll forwards. Bring the hips to reach backwards. Don't lock your knees, so keep the knees soft. And the more you come down with your upper body, the more your knees bend. Shoulders are soft. You can also walk the hands down the legs. One, slow down. Take a moment to maybe rock the body side to side gently. Maybe letting the head shake out a little bit so you're not looking forward, because that can put strain on your neck. Good. And when you're ready, taking a breath in here. Put the weight a little bit into your heels and then rolling yourself back up, or walking the hands up the legs if that's more doable for you. If you're doing the alternative of the cat and cow, just keep going in your own time. And again, when you're breathing in, then exhaling, chin to chest, rolling down, hips go back, knees bend, slowly finding space between the vertebrae of the back. And coming down again, feeling your back, maybe find again a little rocking motion. And on your next exhale, pressing again into your heels, pushing the floor away, drawing the belly in to roll yourself back up. And then the last one, inhaling, chin to chest, slowly roll yourself back down, bending your knees. And then from here, this time walking your hands forward, one at a time. You can bend your knees a lot, and then bring your knees towards the floor. Coming to a tabletop position. Hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Good. You can adjust the cameras, you can see you. Good. From here, taking your weight, your little can of beans. Good. And just have it ready next to your right hand. We're just going to start with engaging through our core, pressing the hands into the floor. Open the chest. Good. Draw the navel in, nice and long through your neck muscles, through your neck. You're not tucking the tailbone under, you're just finding a neutral position of your spine. And then from here, see if you can take a breath in, and on your exhale, breathe out through the mouth. Good. Now let's start a little bit into our cats, so not into our cows. So not going up and down, we're just rounding through the shoulder blades on our exhale, tailbone tucked, and inhale, come back to center. Chest is open. And again, exhale, just tucking the tailbone, pushing into the floor, rounding through the spine, and inhaling, coming back to center. Neck lengthens forward. 2 more. Exhaling, rounding through the spine, finding how the shoulder blades part, and inhale, come back to center. And 1 more, exhale, rounding through the spine, and inhale, back to center. Now we're going to go into the arch in our back. Try and engage the back muscles, so inhaling to prepare, and exhale, I want you to roll the shoulders back and open the chest, but your belly draws in. Inhale, come back to center. So usually we breathe out or breathe in to arch the back. I want you to reverse the breathing now. So you contract the back muscles and inhale, come back to neutral. So you feel how the whole apparatus of your breath is moving into the ribs, into the back body. Exhaling, arching into the back, not too much, just so that you feel the shoulders roll back and back to center. Good, Rosie, that's it. And exhale. Contract back muscles. And inhaling back to center. Now we're going to go side to side, so breathing in to prepare. On your exhale, start to bring the right shoulder towards your right side of the hip. So the side shorten, go a little bit sideways, and then you come back to center. And then the left armpit or left shoulder draws towards the left hip, shortening the left side and opening the right. And inhale back to center. And again, over to one side. Inhaling back to center. And over to the other side. Keep the arms straight. So they're still on the floor. Arms straight, so you're not doing anything with the arms, look, Rosie. Just moving, basically. You're basically just doing this with your spine. That's it, you got it. Good. So just a little wriggle through your spine. Good. And then coming back to center. Now we're doing what you're doing, Rosie. So now bringing your hands around your weight into your right hand. Find your neutral position, press down to your left hand. And then on your exhale, see if you can lift your arm out of the side and bring it back down. That's it. Try not to bring the arm backwards, so really try to lift it straight out to the side. It might not even come up very high. And if it's too much, just raise the arm out to the side and then place the arm down. That's it. Out to the side. I'll go this way for you to see. And bring it back down. Feel what's happening in the abdominal muscles out to the side, with weight or without, your choice. Good. 3 more. Exhale out to the side. Keep pressing down into your left and right hand, whichever's on the floor. 2. That's it. And 1. And then hold it there and make very small little circles. I'm aware with the weight it's quite difficult, so make sure that you're not overstraining yourself. Small little circles in one direction. And then into the other direction. Really small. And then placing the weight back down, well done. And then reaching that arm up to the ceiling, the same arm, reach up. And then slide the arms through the gap, bringing your head to the floor, your cheek. And you can either bring the top arm in front of you, or you can lift it up. So you have a little twist in your spine, or you can bring the hand behind your back or onto your back. Be mindful of your neck. And just take a few breathers here. And let's release. Bring the hand back in front of your face. Push the floor away. Let's do the other side. I want to face you so you can do it. The same thing. Take your weight into the other hand. Whichever weight you just, I don't know which one I just had. I think your left one. And then again, find the neutral position and then exhale, lift the arm out to the side and bring it back down. And again, lift it out to the side and bring it down. Try not just to lean into one side or the other, so you want to keep nice and sturdy. Long in your neck. 3 more. Imagine your arms nice and light. You're not straining anything. 2 more. And down. Last one. Out to the side. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable with the weight and in small little circles. Really small. Small circles. And change direction. It's quite hard work. With the weight. So it will still be beneficial if you do it without. And then bring the hand down to the floor. And then lift up the arm. Breathing in, lift the arm up to the side, same arm. And then sliding the arm again through the gap. Reach it to the side and bring your cheek to the floor. So you're working into the twist in the upper back. You can wiggle your hips a little bit. And again, breathe slowly. Feel the stretch behind the shoulder. Take another deep breath in. And then slowly come back up, push the floor away. Well done, good. And then from here, sit on one side. Nice and slowly, and then bring your legs out in front of you. There we are, good. And then come and make your way onto your back. So a nice way to do that is either to lie on your side and then bring yourself onto the back, and then you roll yourself onto your back. And then step your feet in. So you're coming into a semi-supine. Supine is on the back. Arms by the side. Palms facing down. Knees pointing up to the ceiling. And nose is itching today. Okay, good. And then find again, first of all, the neutral position of your spine. So there's a little gap underneath your lower back. So here where my fingers are. And so you're not arching the back, it's just a nice relaxed state. The hips are grounded on the floor, the shoulders are heavy on the floor, arms down, neck is long, and just roll your head side to side. So give a little neck release, little movements through the head, over the back. If you've got a ponytail or hair not there, that's probably not so nice, so just make sure it's feeling okay. Rolling the head side to side, noticing how far you can go without it straining. And then coming back to the neutral position. And then bringing the hands behind your head and neck, interlace the fingers. We're just going to come into a little lift where we stretch out the back of our neck. So usually we always say chin away from the chest. This time we're going to try to just draw the chin to the chest, keeping the neutral position of the spine, and just feel the little stretch in the back of the neck. Sorry, my voice sounds a bit funny now. And then slowly lower the head back down. And then again, very carefully bring the elbows forward and draw the chin to the chest. So you feel a bit of stretch in the neck. And then rolling the head back down. So shoulder blades are still on the floor. All you're doing is stretching out a little bit through the back of the neck. And rolling back down. And one more. Rolling chin to chest. And slowly back down. Good. It's coming into some little lift through the shoulders. This time, keep the chin away from the chest, pressing down into the floor, and just see if you can roll slowly up through the shoulder blades, and slowly coming back down. Small movements. And again, drawing your shoulder blades off the floor, pull your navel in, as if your lower ribs want to touch your hips, and rolling back down. You don't have to come very high. Notice if there's a little bit of momentum going on. You don't have momentum, just imagine your shoulder blades are peeling off the floor, and inhaling, you calming back down. Head is soft in your hands. Think about shoulder blades peeling off the floor, belly draws inwards, and coming back down. Last one, little gentle rolling up, and rolling back down. Well done. Release the hands back down, next to your hips. So now we're going to activate a little bit more. Take a breath in. On your exhale, lift up your right leg into tabletop. And then hold it there for a moment, just feeling the balance in the body. And from here, breathing in, and on your exhale, step it slowly back down. Take a breath in to prepare. Press your right foot into the floor, and then lifting up your left leg, exhaling into tabletop. Take a breath in here, just feeling both sit bones steady on the floor and sit bones, hip bones, and exhaling, slowly lowering the leg back down. Keep going, nice and controlled, breathing in, exhale, right leg lifts up again, knees over your hip, breathing in here, and slowly with control, place the foot down, and one more time, breathing in, exhaling, lifting up the left leg, and then slowly on your next exhale, bring it back down. I'm going to add to this, take a breath in. On your exhale, lift up the right leg. I'm going to do a quick succession of little taps of the heel to the butt and lift it back up. And tap to the heel and bring it back up. Tap to the heel and lift it up. And for 3, and lift it up. And for 4, and lift it back up. And for 5, so little stretch for the thigh and for the knee. 6, and hold it back into tabletop. And then from here, just moving your knee out to the right side, inhaling, and exhale, pressing the knee back in. So you can't see that very well, so I'm going to go sideways. So knee goes a little bit out to the right, left foot is grounded, left leg doesn't go out to the left side, so it just stays where it is, and then bring the knee back in. So you should feel that in your core, so when the knee goes off to the side, the left hip just wants to let go and just drop to the side. So you have to press down into your left hip bone to bring the leg back to center. Do 3 more. So knee out to the side, shoulders are on the ground. Maybe the hand can press a little bit down to the floor. 2. Last 2. When you breathe out, bring the leg back in. Slow it down a bit, Rosie. And make it with your breath. So inning out to the side and exhale and bring the knee back in. Yes. It's a little bit harder when we do it slow. So we usually want to do it a little faster. I understand. And then just from here, bring the foot back down. Good. And just straighten the leg out for a moment, give it a little shake. And then bring the knee back in. Feet hip width apart, breathing in, pressing into right foot, and then lift up the left knee. Draw into abdominal muscles. And that's what we start with. Blanked just now. Oh, there was a heel push. There we go. Kicking the heel and then again. Straightening. Kicking the heel, not straightening. Bending back to the original position. And for 3. And hold it. And for 4. And hold it. And for 5. And hold it. There's a gentle stimulation of the core. And last one, 6. And hold it. And then out to the side. And bring it back in. Squeeze the knee back to center. And for 2, inhaling. And exhale back to center. And for 3. And exhale back to center. And for 4. Breathing in. Exhale back to center. 2 more. 5. Really focusing on the core. Navel pulls down to the spine. Shoulders on the ground. And 6. Well done. Good. And then slowly bring it back down and shake the leg out, straighten it out away from you. And then bring the leg back into center. Now we're going to try and combine the 2 a little bit. Bring the hands behind your head and neck, interlace the fingers. Keep your chin away from the chest, activate the core, and then slowly roll your shoulder blades off the floor. Good. I'm going to take a breath in. On your exhale, lifting up your right knee to tabletop. And then inhaling, slowly bring the right foot down and lower the shoulders off the ground. And then left knee and the shoulders come off the ground. And inhaling, coming back down. And again, activate the core. Lift up right knee, lowering the belly down. And back down. And then again, left knee, try to keep chin away from the chest. Chest is open, elbows out to the sides. Head soft in the hands. Last round, lifting up. And back down. And one more, belly draws in, lift left knee and elbows out to the side and come back down. Really good. And then just drop your knees, form on either side, so a little release of the lower back. Good. Well done. And we've got a little bit of time left. So from here, we're going to come lying on one side and then push the floor away and come up to your elbow. So I want to be careful of this one, so you might not like this one. So from here we're going to bring the elbow underneath our shoulder and then bring the hand underneath your waistline. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to arch into our waistline. So as if the ribs want to come down to the floor and then you're going to lift them back up. So a bit like a movement like this. I'm having my hand away. That's it. So hips stay down for this one first of all. So you just want to find that isolation of just the waistline. We'll go there next, Rosie. Good. So just see my hips on the floor and then bring your knees on top of each other. Knees on top of each other. Good. And then the heel is in line with your tailbone and then your elbows. So you're nice and supported with your body. And then imagine that your ribs are going side to side. So basically what we were doing in the quadruplet, so in our tabletop, quadruplet, yes, just moving through the waistline. And then finding the middle bit where we're feeling that our waist is lifted up, and then bringing your hands either onto your hips, or if you need a bit of support, bring the hands in front of you, and then take a breath in and exhale, lifting the hips up. Inhaling to come down. You can adjust the knees a little bit if they're too close, exhaling, lifting up. Inhaling, lowering down. And exhaling, lifting up. Inhaling, lowering down. And exhale, lifting up and hold it here. See if you want to bring the hand onto your hip or if you still need support. And then otherwise bring the arm up. See if you can make little arm arcs. Breathing in, lift the arm over the head, and exhaling, pressing down. Inhaling, reaching over the head, and exhaling down. Breathing in, just 2 more, and exhale down. Last one. Inhale, breathing in, and exhaling down. Well done. And then slowly hand back down to the floor. Come onto your hips, and then bring your right foot, your right leg, so your top leg in front of you, and straighten out your bottom leg, and then slowly lie on the side. So you're on the side, palm in front of your chest, other arm is nice and straight. Good. We're going to work into the lower leg, so lifting up the lower leg, keeping the foot nice and relaxed, and lower. Exhaling to lift, squeezing up, inhale to lower. Exhaling to lift, inhaling to lower. Last 2, exhaling to lift, inhaling to lower. Exhaling to lift, and now make little circles with the leg. For 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Other way around, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Well done, good. And then release the leg, bend both your knees, and just coming into the clam. So knees are in line with your hips, knees are on top of each other. Hand can be again on the front of the floor, or you can bring it onto your hips. So feeling that your hips are stacked on top of each other and that your hip doesn't fall backwards. So you want to make sure they're stacked. Take a breath in, and then lifting the top knee, open the legs like a diamond shape. You can keep the feet together and then bring them back down. And then exhaling, lifting the knee, lifting the feet, and bring them back down. So you feel this in your glute region, lifting up and back down, and lifting up and back down. Breathing out when you squeeze upwards, engaging the core, keeping the waistline lifted. Last 2, and last 1, 6. Well done. And then from here, how much time have we got? 10 minutes now. I have to change it. Bringing your hand in front of you, straighten out your top leg, and then pushing the floor away to come back up onto your hands and knees, and then just bring the legs out in front of you, and let's change over to the other side. So lying again, so on your elbow for your lifts, heels in line with your tailbone, and lifting up and away from the shoulder, so you're collapsing in the shoulder, and then finding again that little movements through your waistline. So just placing the hand maybe underneath your ribs, and imagine you want to pull the ribs up, so they're dropping down towards the floor, and then you're pulling them up with your obliques. So this can be a nice alternative if you feel like, oh, I'm really tired today and I don't want to lift my hips up. So you're still working into the movement of the abdominal. That's it, good. And lifting up. Keep your neck nice and soft. And now let's lift up. So either hand in front of you or hands onto your hips, breathing in, and then exhale, lifting up the hips. Inhaling to lower, and exhale to lift. Inhaling to lower, and exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower, and exhale to lift forward. So hold it here, lift and breathe, and just if you want to do the arm arcs 4 times, inhaling, arm reaches up, exhaling to lower. Keep your neck nice and soft. Inhaling, arm reaches up, and exhale to lower. For 3, and for lowering. And for 4, and lowering down. Well done. And then bring the hand down, and then bringing your top knee on top of your, so bend it, and then slide yourself down onto the floor. I find this pose very elegant. So you see it in paintings, you know, like oil paintings, Reuben, like, you know, it's like, oh, it's quite nice. So they didn't think of Pilates then, but I wonder if they, you know, found the inspiration from that. It would be funny. And then lifting up that bottom leg for 6, there we go, and lower. For 5, 2. And for 1, let's do the little circles with that bottom leg for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, another way around, 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. And then bending both knees in, feet together, hips stacked on top of each other, hand can be in front or on your hip, and then breathing out, lifting both your knees, but your feet up and lifting. What's that movement? So you're abducting your top leg. There you go. And 3, and lower. Breathe out, 4, and lower. And 5, and lower. And 6. Really good. And lower. Well done. And then from here we're going to roll onto our back. So just bring the arm down and then roll yourself onto our back. And arms by your side one more time. Palms down. And then coming into our glute bridges. So taking a breath in. And we're just going to roll the spine up. So rolling up through the spine, articulating through the back. Hips come up, breathing in here. Feeling the back body and exhaling, sliding the spine slowly down, tucking the tailbone until the lower back comes onto the floor, and find your neutral position for the spine again. And exhaling again, rolling through the spine, hips go up, articulating through the spine, and then slowly rolling back down, tucking the belly under, tucking the tailbone until you find again your tilt in the pelvis, and again tucking tailbone under, hips go up. Stay up with your hips this time. Now reach your arms up towards the ceiling and then stretch the arms up and over your head. Try and keep the arms nice and long. Reach the fingertips up and push a little bit more into your hips. So you have a little bit of a length reaching upwards, and then slowly slide your spine down again. Try to keep every bit on the floor, so it's particularly difficult in the lower back. You might even not get that, that's absolutely fine. Just try good, and then reaching your arms back up and keep the arms up. I'm just going to work a little bit into arm stretches. So we're just going to move our arms forward, one up and one down, breathing in and exhaling to change. Little stretch here, breathing in, try to keep the arms straight. And exhaling, one arm forward, one arm, so forward, up and down, and change. And one arm up and one arm down. And again, change. Last round. Slow it down, don't rush it. Really working with your breath. So when you breathe out, one arm is up and one arm is down. And then bring the arms back up. Good. And then we're just going to reach your arms up on your exhale. So keep the belly button in as you reach your arms up and over the head, and inhale, bring the arms back to center, up over the head. And again, exhaling, feel what happens in your core as you reach your arm back, and inhaling back to center. 2 more. Exhaling, arms reach back over the head, belly draws in, inhaling back to center, and reaching back. And inhaling back to center. Good. And then bring the arms out to the side if you have space. If not, then just bend your elbows. This is good. And then we're just going to drop our knees over towards one side. The hip will come off. And then bring the legs back to center. And then other side, dropping the knees over to the other side. And then bring them back to center. Feet are still hip width apart, so they're not together. You have them still apart, and just dropping the knees over and then bringing it back to center. This helps. You can have the palms down if you have space for that in your area, in your space. Good. So a little movement side to side. And you can stay on one side and just lay there for a moment, just breathing. If you're finding this too intense for over the hip, you can just bend both your knees and maybe reach your arm a little bit higher, the back arm. Bend both your knees and bring your knees up so you can maybe even hold your top knee with the opposite arm. It's a little spinal twist. And then returns by just releasing the knee and then bringing the top knee up first and then the other leg rolling over to the other side and doing a little twist. Or doing the variation where you have both legs open. That feels better. Good, and last but not least, we're just going to do a little bit on our front. So coming back, and then we're going to roll onto our belly. Here we are, on our belly. There we go. So from here, come lying on the belly, wiggle your hips a little bit so the toes are pointing back. Bring your hands in line so that your thumb can touch your shoulders. And then just bring the hands out to the side. So elbows are on the floor, forward is down. And then lengthen through your toes. Lengthen your tailbone away from you so you lift up your belly button. Anchor through your lower ribs. And then peel your shoulder blades down the back as you lift your chest. And then slowly coming back down on your inhale. And exhaling, anchor through your lower ribs. Draw the navel slightly in. Activate your back muscles. Shoulders go back so you're not lifting your shoulders or elbows off the floor. They stay down. And then coming back down. So you should feel this in your back. If this is too intense for you, just think of rolling your shoulders back and you don't have to lift so high. Keep the weight not too much in your hands. You don't want to press down. This is, more the arms. We want to work your back. And coming back down. Raising those hands a little bit away from your body, so further out. Yes. Good. Really try to not put tension in your neck. Think of everything is quite loose, but your back muscles. And one more. And lowering back down. Good. From here, press a little bit into your hands. See if you can peel yourself up a little bit. And then look over your left shoulder or your right. Come back to center. And then lowering back down. And again, inhaling, pressing the floor a little bit away. And then look over your right shoulder. And come back to center. And lowering back down. Keep going. In your own time, breathing in. Peel yourself a little bit off. Look over the left shoulder. Coming back to center. And rolling back down. And lengthen your legs away from you. Rolling over the right shoulder. Back to center on your inhale. And back down. Good, well done. From here, reach your arms forward. And we're going to lift up arms and legs. And on your exhale, bring your elbows back towards your hips. Inhaling, arms come forward again. And exhale, rest on the floor. Inhaling, lift up arms and legs. Exhale, squeeze your elbows into the side of your ribs. Inhaling, coming forward. And exhaling, lowering down. Good. Two more. Inhaling to lift. Keep your chin slightly tucked so you're not lifting. That's it. Good, Ruth. And bring it back. Last one, you're doing really well. This is nice and strong. Inhaling, point your toes, think you're really strong. You are lifting forward. And then release back down. Good. And then give your hips a little wriggle. And then from here, bend your elbows and rest your forehead on your hands. Keep the shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. And then from here, just bending your knees. And one more time, just wriggle your feet side to side like windshield wipers of a car. Just to soften the lower back. Good. And then from here, bring the legs back back to center, straighten the legs away, and we're just going to lift up one leg at a time, so you can keep the head down. Take a breath in to prepare, and on your exhale, lift up your right leg away from you. So stretching the leg away, leg stay straight, and then lowering it down. And do that 5 more times, lifting up the right leg, try to keep the shoulders relaxed, and lowering the leg back down. And exhale, lifting right leg away, and inhale, lowering down. And 4, and lowering down. And 5, and down. Keep the core slightly engaged, so pull the navel in. And 6, and then hold it there and do little pulses. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And then bring the leg down, wriggle out the hips, and then we're just going to do the left leg. Breathing in, and exhale, lengthen the leg away from you, peeling it off the floor and lowering down, belly in, and again, lengthen for 2, inhaling, lowering down, for 3, and lower it down, for 4, really feeling how the hamstrings engage, and down, for 5, and down, and for 6, and hold it there, and little pulses with the leg, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, well done. And again, bend your knees, give them a little wriggle, side to side. And then we're nearly done. We're just going to come back up. So from here, release the legs, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the toes under, push the floor away with your hands, draw the hips back. And if you like, for a moment, you can come to child's pose, bringing the heels back towards you, hips back towards the heels, and resting your forehead either on the floor. You can stretch out through the arms for a moment, or you can rest the hands either side of your legs. And just find the breath. Let your heartbeat become a little slower again. If you like, you can also drum your lower back out if you feel it's a little sensitive, making fists with your hands. And then taking a deep breath in and sigh it out. And from here, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, push the floor away and come to tabletop. And from here, tuck the toes under and then push the hips back and up into little downward dog. If that's comfortable, start to walk out through the heels. Little movements. Good. And then when you're ready, start to bring feet and hands together. So walking your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees a lot so that you feel you can soften over your legs. And then when you're ready, push into your heels, engage the core, and roll yourself slowly up to standing. And then reach your arms up, and then if you do feel dizzy, just reach your arms up, take a little stretch through the arms. Feet hip width apart again, and then bring the arms back down. And let's just finish and close. So from here, rolling your shoulders up to your ears, roll them all the way back and down, and just 2 more, roll them forward, up, and back and down, and forward, up, and back and down. Good. And then just draw your right ear to the right shoulder. Good. And if you like, bring the right hand behind your back and hold your left arm. So it's a nice stretch for the neck. And then make very small nodding movements, very, very small, tiny movements with your head. Drop your chin a little bit towards your armpit. That's it. And then release, draw the chin to the chest, roll the head back up slowly, and then drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And you can again bring the left hand behind your back and hold your arm or your wrist, finding that stretch in the neck. Keep the chest nice and open. And then don't bounce, just little nods with your chin to the chest, as if you're very small, as if you're in your sleep nodding to someone like, yeah. Very gentle, so feeling that little movement, the stretch. You don't want to hurt yourself, you just want to make it very gentle. And then release, drawing the chin to chest. and then releasing the arms. Roll the head up, and then just bring the hands, interlace them behind your head and neck, and then just draw the elbows forward and draw the chin to the chest. So you just again feel that stretch in the neck, but you're not sort of collapsing in the hips. So sometimes that happens. So you want to still feel neutral in your pelvis and just feel the stretch in your neck, still engaging through the core. Maybe you feel it a little bit in between the shoulder blades as well. And then slowly release the hands down. Roll your head up. And then lift your shoulders up to your ears. And drop. And lift the shoulders up. And drop. And again, lift them up. And drop. And then take a deep breath in. Arms up. And then you can bend your knees and just scoop the arms back. And again, as if you're skiing, arms up. And then down. And push the floor away, lifting the arms up. And one more time. And arms up, nice and long and tall. And then release the arms out to the side. And then feel your body just standing in space. Find the weight in your feet. Balancing your head again over your hips and your hips over your feet. Not locking the knees, letting the shoulder blades just hang. Good. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much. Give yourself a round of applause. Well done. Thank you for joining me, and hope to see you again.